Hello all. Before working on Arduino Uno R4 Wi-Fi board, we need to know some of the details of the board, the contents of the board, and what are all the various interfaces available on the board. Right? We all know this is basically a Arduino board with microcontroller different from the Arduino Uno which we have seen. So this particular board has a 32-bit microcontroller from Renesas, which belongs to R4 RA4 M1 series. So this is the microcontroller that is present on the board. We know that Arduino Uno has 80 mega 328p, right? So deviating from the microcontroller, we have Renesas microcontroller here on the board, and we will talk about the Renesas microcontroller in the next coming videos. Next comes the Wi-Fi module. So here, if you see on the board, so if you just go back to the previous slide, so if you see the um, Arduino R4 Wi-Fi, the chip that is present here, which we are highlighting here, is the Arduino, the Renesas microcontroller chip. And when we talk about the Arduino Uno R4 Wi-Fi, we know that this board is a combination of microcontroller plus Wi-Fi plus BLE module. Right? Wi-Fi plus BLE module is from Espressif, which the module part is ESP32S3 Mini 1. This is the module that is present, and we can see here on the board, it is present here, and it has a onboard antenna, and this supports 802.11 BGN Wi-Fi and then BLE 5.0. So this is, we can say, a board which can be used by beginners to test their Wi-Fi as well as Bluetooth on the board. And when we talk further on the supply, we power the board through the USB Type-C connector, and the 5 volts directly powers the Renesas microcontroller. So Renesas microcontroller has a range of 1.6 to 5.5 volts, and we have this 5 volts coming from USB Type-C and powering the Renesas microcontroller. And then we have onboard regulator, which generates 3.3, and the ESP32 module that we are talking, the Wi-Fi plus BLE module, is powered by 3.3 volts. So how does this board work? Basically, this board works by communicating from microcontroller to the ESP32, so that we can transmit the data that is being communicated between the microcontroller and the ESP32 module, and transmitting it over Wi-Fi and BLE. So here the important point that we have to remember is these two will be interconnected through some interface, right? So that interface is nothing but UART. So in the previous slide, we have talked that this is 5 volts, this is 3.3 volts. That means these two are not directly compatible in terms of voltage, right? So these two are connected through level translator, where that level translator translates 5 volts signals to 3.3 volts, and 3.3 volts to 5 volts. It's a bidirectional level translator, and this is used to interface between the microcontroller RA4M1 and the ESP32 module. And UART is the interface that communicates between these two, the chip and the module on the board. If you see here, we have the level translator which converts to 3.3 volts, and this is very important. So this is one major aspect which some of the engineers do miss out, and one has to remember that there are two different voltages for this. So we will talk more of these interfaces on the board, introduce the Arduino Uno R4 Wi-Fi in detail before going to the programming. Thank you.